I'm delighted to have our guest here today. I'd just like you to introduce yourself and where you're from.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name's Mayah Herlihy. I'm a 14-year-old singer-songwriter from Motherwell.
That's fantastic, Maya. So, you've been recently signed with Main Street Records. How does it feel being able to make music with such a good support behind you?
It's really inspiring to have people that know what they're doing. They've been in the music business for a long time, and they're all backing you, and they're all dead nice, and they always make me feel welcome, and it's a great experience.
And I think with people like it's Andy and Rab and stuff like that, they're great people to be around, and they're people that love music as well. They're not just promoters or people that know what they're doing. So just when I heard that you were working with them, I thought that's fantastic because they're just great guys, you know. So your debut single "On My Way" it releases on the 8th of January, and honestly, I was so impressed with it. For a debut single at such a young age, I think people are going to be amazed with this, like properly. How does it feel being able to show this to people for the first time?
It feels great because I've been working on my way all through lockdown, and I've been wanting to get it recorded and released. But I was dead nervous of what people would think, but then I kind of thought, no, they might actually like it and be impressed that I've done it and I'm only 14. So I just went for it, and I'm really excited to show you all.
That's the thing as well though with music. Any music that anybody releases at any age, there's always that feeling that, oh, I'm releasing this to the world now. What are people going to think about it? Because it's like you're saying, it's your bird and then you're letting it fly. You know, you're letting it be out there, and it can be a scary thing. But I think the best thing today is to just try and embrace it. You know, because this is why you make music, because you enjoy it, and just to embrace the process of it. So you were performing at a lot of open mic nights before lockdown began. How much has the experiences helped you build in confidence as well as a musician?
Well, I first started going to open mics. I hadn't really, the only experience I'd had before it, I used to stay in Peterhead, and I'd done mostly musical theatre. I was in lots of pantos up there, but that was when I was about 7 or 8 or something. And then when I first started going to open mics, I remember my first one at the Amethyst. I was totally nervous. I didn't want to do it. I was like, what if they don't like me? But then everyone's so supportive, and they all enjoyed it, so it was a great experience, and it's really boosted my confidence. And now I'm like, if I really want to do it, I'll just do it.
And something that I picked up through doing open mic nights and stuff is that you realise that everybody really is different. Some people it can be their personality to be confident on stage, or some people might be more reserved, quiet, but that's just the way they are, you know. And then you find yourself through a lot of these experiences what you are as a person, you know. So do you enjoy making your own music as well as performing covers, Maya? And is it something you want to continue doing with the release of your debut single?
I've always had a really good imagination. I've been a very creative person. Like when I was little, I used to write little daft songs about TV characters and everything. So my first real song, I wrote it when I was 12, and I always write my songs about experiences I've been through. So it actually quite helps writing originals, because when you're singing it, it can help you cope if it's something that's happened in your life that you're not having a good time about. I think it helps me cope and get through it. So I really like performing originals, and everyone seems to enjoy them.
And it's going to be really interesting because as you grow up, your perspective on everything you've wrote is going to change. And it'll be interesting for you to look back on, because you'll have opinions on things like, why did I say that? Why did I have that opinion? You know, and it's interesting to see how things change as you develop as an artist as well, you know. It can take a long time to find like-minded people in life, so it's great to see how you found a passion so early, Maya. How has it been making friends and learning off fellow performers in these music groups that you're in?
It's been great making new friends, and everyone's been really supportive, like Scott Wishart and Mick Hargan. I've worked with Mick writing songs during lockdown, and I've worked with Scott. He teaches me guitar, and I always pick up tips from everyone. So it's been great. They're very inspiring people, and working in the studio with Rab, Brian, Rooney and Andy, they're very, they always just make you want to do well more, because they've done it, so I'm like, if they can do it, then so can I, because I never used to have any confidence, but like since going to gigs and going to the studio, I've really like found that confidence in me, and yeah.
And I think as well with a lot of these groups and circles that you get in, you really just need to keep reminding yourself how you are as a person and how important it is to just keep being you, you know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people will say advice to you like, oh, you should do this or you should do that. But the main thing is you need to trust yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Trust that what you do is the right thing, you know? And even when anybody gets like a degree of success, you'll have sometimes people saying words in their ear like, oh, maybe you should do that or what. No, but it's working the way it is, so don't change, you know? Just be you,
Yeah.
you know? So how different has it been for you, Maya, playing gigs live on Facebook and such?
When I first started doing it, it was really nerve-wracking because it's a different kind of audience. You've got people from like all over the world, but as I started to do more, I've got quite a lot of fans from America, and they'll just love music, and it's been great just exploring like a new type of audience rather than just the ones that are right in front of you at gigs.
And see, like, in terms of an American audience, what do they say when you start speaking between a song like, I can't understand that?
They're very, like, when I first came on, it was my first American live gig, they were all dead nice, and then ended up knowing people, and they were like, oh, do you know so-and-so? I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, that's my niece. I was like,
What, the Americans were saying that?
yeah, I was really confused, but they've all been dead supportive, even though they're like half the world away. Mm-hmm.
I know, again, it's like people need music as well, though, especially through a lockdown period. I was saying this to cut you, but people, you don't realise it, but music is so important to other people,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And sometimes when you, as a musician, are playing, you forget that, you know, because you're so focused on playing a gig, playing to these people and that you forget that you actually make a big impact on people's lives, you know? What is it you'd like to be doing this year then, Maya, with music?
I'd like to progress more in writing new songs and recording more and start releasing more singles and maybe an album, and maybe learn and work more behind the scenes of like recording and producing and learn some new things about that.
And you've got great people with you in terms of Andy and Rab and all that, because they're like a jack of all trades. They can write music, they can record music, and they're just unbelievable people to be around. So I'm so delighted for you that you have people like that around you. But it's been great having you on, Maya. How can we find you online?
You can find me on all social media platforms at Mayah Herlihy Music.
That's fantastic, Maya. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.